looky where I am, a real-life Aptera, and a real-life Chris Anthony from Aptera. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
It's going great.
Thank you for letting me come down and see this. I think I'm the first person to see this here at your new headquarters.
Transport Evolved exclusive.
Transport Evolved exclusive. We are just north of San Diego, although we are technically in San Diego.
We are, yes.
I think kind of north part of San Diego. Is that acceptable? Yep. And this is your new headquarters. Tell me about the car in front of me.
This amazing aerodynamic, lightweight, solar-powered dream machine is coming together nicely with all the brilliant people we have around us here, and we're hoping to have the first production units ready by the end of the year.
Now, you were telling me earlier you're currently building 3 alpha prototypes.
Yep.
This is one of them. One of them is up in a different location, getting all of its painting done at the moment.
Yeah, so this is called Noir, the black one. Soul
nice.
is the white one that's getting done up in our composite shop in Reno. All of our mechanical crew is up there right now, fitting out suspension components and subframes and stuff. And it should be down here in another week to get electrical and interior.
Fantastic. This is really exciting. So I've driven all the way from Oregon down to here to see this in the tub. You can't really say in the metal. It's not in the flesh. What would you say?
In the composites?
In the composites. Yeah, absolutely. And you've promised me a ride.
We would love to take you around.
So I'm going to be, I think, the first member of the automotive press to get a ride in this. Disclaimer, I am a reservation holder, and this is a very early alpha prototype. So this is not going to be representative of the final vehicle. But I'm really excited. It's also got some of its covers missing at the moment. This has been out at the test track this week, right?
Yep.
So they've been doing some engineering, some shakedown tests. So this is not representative of the final vehicle, but nevertheless, this is a really cool looking car. Let's take it out for a spin. We're now closer than 6 feet apart, so we've got our masks on for CDC guidelines. Although, Chris, you've had your vaccine, so...
I have, yeah.
Mine's coming next week, so fingers crossed we'll all be good. This is the very first ride.
The very first ride.
So before we do that, let's talk about this. This is lovely. Is this a representation of what you want the interior to be like?
You know, we are still in a bit of a discovery mode on what the interior will actually look like, but simplistic is what we're after, easy to manufacture.
Excellent. It's got a very sportive feel to it, actually.
Yeah, we in the beta vehicles, we've made some significant changes. We've added a little headroom. These seats are sitting about 50 millimeters higher than they'll sit
in the actual production,
in the next version.
Which will give you a bit more headroom.
It'll give you a little bit more headroom.
Great.
And we moved the seats to the middle, 25 millimeters each. Okay. So we'll be a little closer like this. But I think you can see, you know, it's roomy. It's
not bad at all. Okay, so this obviously is something for the engineering that's not going to be in the production version.
It will not. No, everything's on the center screen, but we were just out at the track, so we took the fancy center screen stuff out.
And this is awesome. This is a rear view camera.
Uh-huh.
It's actually better than a lot of rear view cameras I've seen. I know Chevrolet does one in the Bolt, not in my Bolt, but yeah. I don't like the one in there. This is nice and widescreen, really good clear view, pretty decent contrast as well.
Yeah, it's a 105-degree field of view, so you get to see a lot of what's behind you.
And rear view cameras for what's behind you. Let's do it.
All right.
Now, just to remind everybody, alpha prototype. So there's going to be little knocks and
alpha
noises
prototype,
that
and
you're not going to hear in the final version.
The window tracks aren't in, and the suspension isn't dampened like it will be in production. But you know, she's
holy moly!
She goes when you want her to go, and
that's neck snapping, Chris. Just do it again. Do it again. Oh my word! That is insane. That is that's the triple motor version as well, isn't it?
This is the triple motor version, so, you know, sub 4 seconds, 0 to 60.
Right.
The front wheel drive version will be like a 5.5, 6 second vehicle.
It's very difficult. It's very hard to make me scream like that. You know, unexpected acceleration does that to me. That is insane.
But I have a very fast electric vehicle, and you do as well, I'm sure. So you're used to electric vehicles being heavy.
Right. And it really does pick up really, really well.
It
And
does.
there's not a lot of up and down from the suspension when you're moving as well. It's just sort of...
Yeah, this vehicle doesn't have a sway bar in it yet. We're working with our engineering partners to get the vehicle to run a little flatter. But the suspension from all of our testing out at the track has worked very well, and it's...
So let's talk about stability, because a lot of people are like, three-wheelers, they're unstable. I don't feel this is unstable.
No, it probably feels like most small passenger vehicles that you've been in. And it's really all about weight distribution. Keep the weight distribution front biased, and it feels like any other four-wheel kind of small vehicle you drive.
The only thing that I'm saying from an Alpha point of view is the seats are obviously not 100% finished yet.
They are not, no.
So I'm feeling that it's not the most comfortable of seats.
They're more aesthetic than pleasing to the back.
But when you reach production, again, that's something you're gonna...
Yeah, we're working with some seating partners now, and just like the Model 3 has some incredible seats, we aspire to be just as good in production. The difference is that our seats need to be really low profile because we're trying to keep the passenger weight as low in Z as possible.
Right.
And we have to have them very lightweight. So
right.
Most really comfortable seats are also really heavy.
Excellent. It's good to see that this development, and you've used 3D prototyping and rapid prototyping to get this to where it is now.
Yep.
Which has enabled you to bring this vehicle to market, or hopefully will bring to market a lot quicker than you might have otherwise done.
What does it do? It just advances and speeds up our discovery. So, you can print a part, you can see if it works, you can see if it feels comfortable. The center console, 3D printed, this stuff, a lot of the stuff on the door and interior stuff. You see if it works. If it doesn't work, you just print another one and try again.
This is very cool to be in an alpha prototype of a vehicle that I hope to own one day. I feel very privileged. And for those of you who are watching this at home who say that this is just a computer generated car, because that's some of the things people have been telling us in the comments, it's just CGI. Can you show everybody once more that this is not CGI?
It's not CGI, it's a real...
I mean, very little... Oh, wow. It really moves as well, doesn't it?
It does.
Really... Woo!
This is just parking lot fun, but
yeah, obviously, because you're not in a on the road state yet, are you?
It's still interesting for sure, and we hope that everyone out there sees our progress, and over the next 9 months sees that we're pushing ever closer to production, and just appreciates that we're taking a very scientific approach to making the world a better place.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This has been well worth the trip. Cheers, Chris.
Thank you.
So there you go. A very early alpha Aptera prototype. I'm just so glad that I got to have a spin. I feel a little giddy. I'm trying to be objective here, but I'm going to be honest. I'm just struggling a little bit. Maybe it's the lack of sleep. Maybe it's the 1,200 miles that I've driven over the past 3 days, and the 500 miles that I now have to drive up to my next appointment, which, by the way, is another Transport Evolved exclusive, so keep your eyes open for that one. But yeah, I wish Aptera all the best. This company is doing something that is completely different to any other company out there. It's not only building an electric vehicle from the ground up, but it's building an efficient electric vehicle. And I think we need to talk more about efficiency in the world. Efficiency means that we need less stuff to do the things we want to do on a daily basis. I'm absolutely blown away by the luggage capabilities in the back of this vehicle. It's a much larger vehicle than I thought it would be, which is something that everyone's been telling me to this point. And I think it's going to be a very interesting road trip vehicle. So, I don't know what lays in the future for Aptera, but based on this, I've got to say, I'm pretty darned excited. Thanks to everybody who made this trip possible. That includes you if you are a Patreon supporter, and those of you who chipped in a few extra dollars to cover our hotel costs and helped me pay for electricity on the road. Thanks to Aptera for letting me plug in for free here. I should disclaim that too. But I'm heading back north now. As always, Don't forget you can like, comment and subscribe. Join us in the chat room on Discord. Talk about this vehicle. Tell us what you think. And as always, keep evolving.